You know, it's fascinating to see how different your kids are from one another. For some of our kids, sports came naturally. For others, not so much. Some of our kids love to learn and they love working really hard in school. Well, actually, only one of the 6 does. But they all get good grades thanks to their mother. But one of them really tries hard. If this child got a B on a test, it would demoralize her. Growing up, I was perfectly content with the consistency of getting C's. Test day was never a good day for me. I would pray that the teacher would grade on the curve. The thing about tests is that they reveal how much you have learned. And in my case, how much more you needed to learn. I want us to think about that today as we look at the church of Smyrna in Revelation 2. Look at verses 8 through 11. And to the angel of the church in Smyrna, write, the words of the first and the last who died and came to life. I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich, and the slander of those who say that they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not fear what you are about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and for 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The one who conquers will not be hurt by the second death. As I mentioned in yesterday's devotional, there's a lot we won't cover in the verses, so you'll want to catch the weekly teaching on Revelation 2. As you can see, Smyrna passed the test with Jesus. This is the only church who didn't receive a rebuke from Jesus in chapters 2 and 3. Maybe he didn't want to be too hard on them because of all the persecution they were facing as they lived in an ungodly city. As a result of their commitment to Christ, they were experiencing suffering and persecution. But notice what Jesus says. Tribulation was testing them. In 1 Peter 1, 6 and 7, Peter writes, in this you rejoice, though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes, though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Trials and tribulations can produce a testing faith that is more precious than any riches the world has to offer. Warren Wiersbe once said, a faith that hasn't been tested is a faith that can't be trusted. I didn't like tests in school. And honestly, I don't like the tests of tribulation. But I sure love what they can produce. Trials can deepen our dependency on God. It can make us spiritually tougher. As we learn to go through pain, it can help equip us to better help others in their pain. And there's so much more. You want a faith that can be trusted? That comes from a faith that is tested. Jesus began his address to Smyrna by reminding them that he was the first and the last who died and came to life. Jesus is eternal. Jesus defeated the grave. That means we have resurrection power to endure the testing of our faith through tribulations. May we suffer well if that's what our loving Savior has for us. May we pass the test as we keep our eyes on our resurrected Lord.